Yeah, Patrick Ewing will be there to represent the Knicks, and he hopes to get the #1 pick overall to bring them luck. We'll see what happens. All right, 5 minutes before the bottom of the hour, a new survey out revealing the mindset of today's millennials.
The survey reveals that the majority, 51%, believe that diversity is more important than merit in the workplace.
They also believe that taking care of the environment first and foremost is more important than businesses than growing jobs.
Is that sound judgment? Here to sound off is Larry Winget, the pit bull of personal development and author of What's Wrong with Damn Near Everything. Larry, what sticks out with you with this next generation of priorities?
You know, it's easy for them to say that merit doesn't matter in the marketplace until they get ready to be a consumer, and what they're going to look for when they're spending their money is value and contribution. Who can give me the most and provide the best quality and the best service? And that's not going to be based on diversity in the marketplace. It's going to be based on merit and value and contribution to them. So it's easy to sit back and say that until you get ready to buy something or hire someone or promote someone.
Larry, this next topic is something we wanted you to weigh in on. Is it time for timeouts? For timeouts. Pediatricians in Canada are now warning parents about strict discipline, and we wanted to get your response to this. This is what they're saying in Canada. They're saying positive discipline is guidance that teaches children appropriate behavior rather than punishing them for inappropriate behavior. At no time should parents use behavior that shames children.
Because that's negative, not positive.
Listen, what we have to understand is every single action in the entire world has a consequence. It's either a positive consequence or a negative consequence. And if we reward negative behavior with a positive consequence, that sends the wrong signal to them. And it's a confusing situation instead of one that makes it very clear, this is what I can do and this is what I cannot do. Good parenting is based on communication, this is what I expect, education, this is how to deliver what I expect, and then communicating what the consequence will be and delivering on those consequences.
You know, Larry, so many parents I know use the timeout. You know, if a kid acts up or does something wrong, they do the timeout. For them now to say, you know, well, that probably doesn't work, that just flies in the face of a lot about what the last generation or two of Americans have been, the way they've been raising their kids.
Listen, the study makes a good point that excessive harshness and negativity doesn't serve anyone well. Right. But to totally avoid negative consequence is ridiculous. And you're absolutely right. Timeout makes sense. When the punishment fits the crime, it makes sense.
So listen to these numbers, Larry. A study finds that parents have over 2,100 arguments with their kids each year. It's the next generation drowning in entitlement is the question. That adds up to 182 arguments a month. 8 minutes average is the length of this argument.
That's a long argument.
That's a lot of give and take. There used to be just take, and then you just took it. You had to deal with it.
Yeah, because
there's a lot of back and forth.
You know, I looked at the top 30 things that the arguments are about. 29 of those I argued with my parents about. So those things have not changed. The difference is, according to the study, is that parents have the discussion and then ultimately give in order to keep everyone happy. My parents weren't concerned whether at the end of the argument I was happy or not. They were concerned about my well-being, my safety, and whether I learned how to be a responsible, productive adult by learning core values. Yeah, and that was the main concern.
Yeah, my back and forth with my parents was I gave my point of view and you just do it because I said so. That was a quicker end to the argument. There was no winning or there was no rational debate.
My roof, my rules still does make sense. That gets a lot of hate mail, and people don't like to hear that. But when you are the parent, that I believe the child is looking for that kind of guidance. They really are. And when you don't give that to them, you do them a disservice.
All right. Larry, we're going to take a time out, like it or not. Thank you so much. Great to see you.
Thank you.
On the other side of the break, a dramatic rescue at sea. A group of people